Testing audio. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, looks like we're working. We're streaming, I think. So, a little while between drinks since we've actually done this sort of thing, but thought bugger it, why not? Alrighty, well, it's been a little while. G'day, guys and girls. How are we all going? Welcome back to another recording. Welcome back to another stream here on the Twitch channel. Like I said, I haven't said that for a fair while, so please do bear with me. I might be a little bit rusty on this side of things. Either stream here on the Twitch channel or recording, whichever one you're watching. Anyway, on the channel. Welcome back, everybody, to F1 23. And hopefully the last part of the Breaking Point 2 series that we've been doing. Now, if you haven't seen the other two parts that I've already done so far, they're all up on the YouTube channel. There should be a link down below here in the Twitch, on my Twitch page, if you want to go check it out on the YouTube channel, or just go search up RoscoArm on the YouTube. That's where it'll be. But today we're just going to hopefully finish it. Well, obviously we're recording, what are we, 30th, or streaming on the 30th of December, so 2023. So hopefully we can finish this off before 2024 with league racing and whatnot starts and whatnot. And yeah, hopefully this will be the start of something. We get back into league racing on streaming with league racing and whatnot. So yeah, let's get straight into it. And for anyone who's watching this Twitch stream, there probably is a tag down below, but please don't spoil it. I'm already up to, what am I up to? Chapter 11, 12, somewhere around there. So probably do up to about chapter 12, actually. So again, I haven't seen any other bits of this. Well, from what I'm up to, basically, in this. So if you've already played it and you've already done the Breaking Points thing, please don't give any spoilers away, please. That's all I ask. Anyway, but where were we? We were up at after Azerbaijan. There was a little bit of coming together with the new teammates. Obviously, we worked out that since then, that spoiler alert now, again, if you haven't watched this, I'd probably get away from it now if you haven't seen it already. But we have seen that Callie Mayer and David off Butler, who of course owns the team, is of course Callie Mayer's father, and obviously didn't want a part of her life, so she basically took on her mother's maiden name when they divorced. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, that's where we were up to. So that's what we've got. Interview requests. Sorry, Alyssa, Callie, the interview requests are still flying in. It's all very encouraging, but we need to figure out how to manage your time. However, one or two people seem to be under the impression your interview was cut short today, which isn't a great look. Let's chat about it this week. Of course, Evelyn, it looks like, yeah, this is me, Mum. Callie, just a quick one. I've got a few media types I could introduce you to that might benefit you in the long run if you could develop a relationship. I presume I'll be home the week of Silverstone. It'd be the perfect opportunity for me to arrange a lunch or two. No pressure, I know you're busy, but I know how helpful it could be to have allies in the press. Let me know what you think. And Phil, Callie, we know you had to make do with a few generic fittings today, so thanks for that. All the parts we measured for will be ready for ahead of the next race. It's important everything's feeling all right, and we look forward to making the car as comfortable as possible for you. As comfortable as possible for you. Anyway, basically, what have we got there? We knew that part. Anyway, signed the... Okay, but I don't think I've actually read this part. Anyway, what do we got? The Konnersport conundrum. Jackson not happy when questioned about it. Jackson claimed it was a deliberate move on Mayer's part. He wouldn't say any more when pressed, but presumably thinks she was so hungry to make an impact that she'd gladly drive into her own teammate. Mayer's only comment so far, it was a misunderstanding, and I doubt we'll ever hear about more from her on the matter. She's already developed a bit of a reputation for being abrupt after team principal Casper Ackerman appeared to cut her press time short after the race, signalling to her off-camera and escorting her back to the garage. The Baku roundup, a day of drama, but the most talked about story of the day comes from further down the field in the form of Konnersport's Kelly Mayer, who on her maiden outing forced her own teammate to retire from the race. Social media remains awash with speculation regarding the intent behind the collision, but what really happened? Was it just a misunderstanding, or could it be something more? Konnersport confirmed it was a team order, and Mayer herself said in a post-race interview that she simply thought Jackson was letting her pass on the entry. Fans will enjoy speculating, but I struggle to see this as anything other than a genuine mix-up. Look at the footage again, you might even see Jackson moving to block her. Whichever way you read it, a memorable day for Konnersport. Now, we obviously had that call last time out in the last video from Callie's mum as well. So, actually, just get my drink bottle. You won't forget one thing before we continue. But anyway, let's move on to chapter 12. All right, so we're doing British Grand Prix. Several weeks later, with an inauspicious start to their new driver lineup, Konnersport hopes for more consistency as they head to historic Silverstone. All right, what do they want us to have a look at here?
Hey, boss. Got another one for you.
Hopefully the audio levels are right. Konnersport are scheduled to take part in a feature article for a leading motorsport news website. Senior management and the drivers have been requested to attend a photo shoot and interview after the upcoming Austrian Grand Prix. There is an issue, though. Callie is refusing to attend due to Davidoff's attendance. How should we handle it? We know that part anyway with the relationship with her father, and Gasper said he would keep him well away from her. So what do we got? Support, compromise, oppose. Well, Callie's relationship with her father is complicated. I think it would be best to let her sit this one out. Besides, she's had a lot of press attention already this season. Perhaps a focus on the Konnersport management team might round things out a little. Callie's relationship with her father is complicated, but her attendance at this shoot is non-negotiable. Both Aiden and Callie need to be front and centre. That's the faces of Konnersport. I appreciate the delicate situation, though. In the interest of letting Callie shine, we'll tell Davidoff he cannot attend. Whatever his reaction. It might be not a bad idea. Callie's relationship with her father is complicated, but the team comes first. The pair of them are going to have to put on a brave face for a few hours and present a united front for once, for the benefit of Konnersport's overall public image. That obviously gives us a bit more reputation to level 6, but compromise. We'll see if we can compromise. Your old friend, former F1 driver and current journalist Lucas Weber, has been in touch. He's keen to do a piece on what it takes to be a team principal in Formula 1. I know you and Lucas have a good relationship, but the PR department is concerned about your history and friendship is so well known amongst the fans, they'll think of it as a puff piece and will dismiss it outright. How would you like to proceed? Lucas is professional. I know he isn't afraid to ask the hard questions. I expect nothing less for him. Let's do it. Decline. I think they're right. Doesn't matter how much we spin it. Everyone knows me and Lucas are friends. I'll talk to him about it privately, but I don't think it's a good idea or compromise. It's a risk, but I think the coverage will be good. Let's ask Lucas if there's anyone else from his team who can fill in for him. The way we can get the coverage, Lucas' publication gets the interview, and everyone is happy. I was going to nearly say confirm, but we want more reputation. We'll do the compromise thing, see if that works, but whether Lucas will be happy with us or not, who knows? There's a bit of performance, but anyway. Jim Clark, Silverstone. Oh, we got a phone call. Who we got? Andrea.
Andrea? You seen this latest article doing the rounds today? 3 weeks later and the press are still going with narrative of the rivalry at Konnersport. Still.
They just need an angle for Silverstone. Paid no attention.
But they're right, aren't they? It's not like Callie and Aiden are suddenly treating each other like teammates.
They just need time. It took me a while to warm to Aiden back in the day.
Well, that's because you were a grumpy old man.
Yeah. Well, some things never change, I guess.
Ha! Now you're just grumpier and older. I'll leave you to it. Ciao.
Bye.
Nice of Andre. We've got Silverstone from World War II to 2022. It's obviously well known for its use in World War II. Obviously, the legend of Jim Clark. Again, I'll only brush over these. If you want to go back and have a look at it, if you either got the game, you can you can read it yourself, or if you want to pause the video and I'll put it up on YouTube. then you can have a look at it properly. Is Devon Butler retired, and why is no one talking about it? Still no sign of Devon Butler, and no word from Konnersport on any potential return. Butler has also been uncharacteristically quiet on social media, leading most to presume that he won't race again, which will make Imola the last race of his career. So Devon Butler fans find themselves in limbo. Doesn't look like Butler will return, but neither has his retirement been formally acknowledged. The F1 world got so obsessed with the signing of Kelly Mayer that it never quite acknowledged the loss of one of its biggest personalities in Devon Butler. Although no formal announcement has been made, most fans are working on this assumption provided by Konnersport Insider that Butler had an alleged problem with his hearing. Which, again, if you've seen the previous video, you'll sort of understand. Konnersport v. Konnersport. New driver, same old rivalry. Jackson hasn't been shy about his issues with Kelly Mayer. Since the incident at Baku, he's only doubled down on his comments that the move was deliberate and that we need only look at the footage to see what he means. Konnersport seems to have a real issue with managing the personalities of their drivers. Devon Butler was well known for his larger-than-life personality and provocative comments off track. Since leaving Konnersport, their driver problems have only continued. This has led to some to speculate that the issue was less with Butler and more with Jackson. Whatever the case, that Konnersport rivalry continues, and the home race for both drivers at Silverstone will do little to quell tempers, which should be interesting. And again, for the social stuff, we'll just brush over these ones very quickly. So again, if you want to go back and pause it, and have a read for yourself, you can. Let's have a look at the emails. What do we got? Elissa re Konnersport rivalry. There's still some focus in the press on the rivalry at Konnersport. Anything we can do to play down an angle in our dealings with the media would really help. Andrea's not happy with the situation, but it all comes down to Aiden and Callie's actions on and off the track. I'm talking with media outlets offering alternative narratives, and it'd be great if you could play all this down if the media asks. Can you talk to Callie and Aiden? I don't know how delicate the situation is. Andrea, Casper, I think we need to discuss the possibility of telling Aiden and Callie about the terms of the contract with Davidoff. Might stop the infighting and give us all something to focus on. I know. We agreed to keep it between us, but we can't risk this getting out of hand. Unity is paramount right now. You know how much this team means to me. Think about it. Which obviously we just we spoke about it with Andrea. Mark Presley, morning boss. The full weather report for the race is attached. Look like we'll enjoy a nice clean run today. Some clouds should settle in later in the race, but no signs of rain at the moment. A bit overcast and dry. Okay, so we're going to be joining mid-race. Yes, we I don't mind this, actually, to be honest. What do we got? With the crowd behind both drivers at their home Grand Prix, Callie May is facing stiff competition from her teammate, Aiden Jackson. All right.
What is Aiden's problem?
Okay, we'll have a word.
He's been so late into these corners. I have no space out here.
Take Jackson for lap 9.
Yeah, we'll talk to him, Kelly.
This is still about Baku, isn't it?
Shut down. I don't know. There's probably going to be a cinematic after this if we get past him, unless there's something else. But
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
finishing the top 10 for all performance. Don't let Jackson pass. Okay. We're finishing inside the top 10 now. Right. Oscar Piastri. Banking up here. AI level is not brilliant. Past Oscar. Right, Pierre Gasly. One here. Yeah. Inside, done.
Brilliant. Nice move. Keep going.
With De Vries. Before he got punted out of F1. Guan Yu, Fernando Alonso's the target for 10th.
Great work. That's the new fastest lap of the race.
Done. Streaming's all right. Nando easy. Not here, not here. Come on, Lando. There we go. Double overtake, thank you. Checo and Yuki next. The fastest lap.
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
Why is this AI so bad? So Checo, done.
That's just 5 laps of fuel remaining. And gap to the car in front is 2.3 seconds.
Plus, I guess we'll get the second by the end of this race. First is probably a bit out of our league with Lewis, but a little bit off not bad. These guys will keep arguing. Yep, that looks alright. What's Ocon doing up here? Try sneaky move on Charles Leclerc, but no, I think I'll do it here. Quite on George at it. Right the curb. Done. Double overtake again. Outside. Thank you. George, easy. It's fair to say we won't be letting Aiden Jackson back through because he's well down the field. I don't know what the game, what EA and Cody's were thinking. You're thinking letting Jackson pass. Work for it. Right. Attack, Max. We've still got some good straight line speed. Cross it.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Hang on.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
We snatch a win off Lewis Hamilton. Not with that. Oh God, honestly. In the battery at this point. If I didn't play silly buggers with Max, then I probably would have got Lewis by the end, but light was flashing then. Just get the pass? Oh, no, probably not. But anyway, doesn't matter.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Podium at home.
You see, this is just another example of the Konnersport drivers antagonising each other.
Yeah, but you've got to look at Ackerman as well. He's the one that can sort this situation out, and so far, he's letting them run wild.
His job is to keep control, and no matter what the season, no matter what the driver, Konnersport just can't seem to gel as a team. So you've got to ask the question, really, what will it take? After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
All right.
Callie, this is your first ever F1 race at Silverstone in front of the home fans. So just try to put into words what that means to you.
All right, what do we got? Can be overwhelming at times. It's a dream come true. It's about the fans, the community. It feels like a Lewis Hamilton-esque answer, but we'll go with that.
I mean, I love it. The fans always remind me that motorsport is bigger than the drivers. It's bigger than the teams. It's this whole community of people who come together just to enjoy the sport. And yeah, the home fans are always going to feel special.
Well, I have to say it was tight out there once again between you and Aiden. You're not giving each other much space, are you?
Okay, a couple of options you could take up to level 7 for reputation and performance. Well, all I could do is focus on my driving. Aiden is prioritising his performance over that of the team. We're both competitive. It's going to happen. Well, it takes time. We'll get there. It was a tricky one, that one. The bottom two. We'll probably just go this one.
Yeah, well, we're both incredibly competitive drivers. And we're going to have races where we get in each other's way. It happens all the time within teams, you know.
Now, naturally, there has been a lot of speculation about the role of your father, Davidoff Butler, in securing your seat at Konnersport. Just what do you say to the critics?
Ooh, okay, tricky one. So, obvious, no comment. I'm here because I deserve to be. May have helped. That's the reality of the sport sometimes. Do I say the no comment just to spice things up, or do I go, I'm here because I deserve to be? We'll try this.
Okay, well, look at Gasly, Leclerc, Russell, and now everyone's suddenly surprised that an F1 team signed an F2 champion. I'm here because I can drive. People need to get a grip.
Well, thank you for chatting with us. Great to have your time.
Well, not a bad answer, I would say. Anyway, all right, Carly manages to get the best of Aiden at Silverstone, but Konnersport continued to look like a team divided. Cinematic? No. Okay. Phone call probably from Carly's mum any second, I'd reckon. Have a look at the social media. Right on cue.
Hey, Mum.
Callie,
You saw the interview?
would you like some loving parental advice?
Not really.
Yeah. All this stuff about your father, I mean, you do know there's an element of truth to what they're saying. Like it or not, you've got to acknowledge it.
I don't have to acknowledge anything.
You can't make it go away by ignoring it, Cal. People will say all manner of nonsense if you don't accept it. She's privileged, they'll say. She's out of touch.
I don't care what they say about me.
Of course you do. You're only human.
I'm just here to drive.
If only it were that simple, darling.
Yeah. Look, I've got stuff to do, okay?
Think about it anyway. Lots of love.
Interesting. That one. You can see through the social media stuff as always. Let's have a look at the news, shall we? What do we got here? Oh, that's three. Okay, what do we got? Konnersport is Mayer out of touch. He understands not easy, right? There's some who have criticised Kelly Mayer for being out of touch in response to her interview following the British Grand Prix. When questioned about the role of her father in securing the seat, she refused to acknowledge him and instead compared herself to previous F2 champions like Gasly, Leclerc and Russell. That's all very well and good, but Mayer hasn't yet proven herself like those drivers have. And when you have a parent as well connected as Mayer's is, it's naive to not acknowledge it. If Davidoff Butler had to choose between his own daughter and another driver, he likely wouldn't have to think particularly hard. Is Aiden Jackson happy? Latest paddock rumours. Yet more rumours flying around the paddock that Jackson simply isn't happy at Konnersport and that the end of the season can't come soon enough. Jackson himself has yet to comment publicly on his future at Konnersport, and we likely won't hear any official comment from him until the end of the season. But if you believe the paddock gossip, the divide in Konnersport is real, and Jackson will do whatever it takes to make a break from the Butler family, even if it means abandoning his old friend Casper Ackerman. Oh, what have we got? Team in crisis. Ackerman must step up. Now that we're over halfway through the F1 calendar, Ackerman must be asking himself what he can do to hold the team together, following the rumour that a title sponsor defaulted on a payment earlier in the season, a rumour swiftly dismissed by Konnersport. There's been quiet chatter around whether or not the team can even survive another season, and these problems certainly aren't helped by the behaviour of the team's own drivers. if they're to have any chance of success, they've got to start pulling in the same direction. Andre O'Connor will be looking to Ackerman to do something, anything, to unify the team. In a team that looks to be permanently fractured, we can't keep dismissing the behaviour of its drivers. It goes off there. Okay, what do we got? Alyssa, hey, Callie, about the interview today. Just be wary about denying your father's role and getting your seat at Konnersport. There's a danger people start thinking you're privileged and out of touch. Haven't discussed lines you can use that better neutralise the issue. Let me know if you're around to chat. Probably wasn't an ideal one. That was it, obviously, but anyway. Hey, team, just a quick message to remind you about the feature piece that's being written on Konnersport after Spielberg. This is a driver-focused piece, so we need to ask Callie and Aiden to give up some time to take questions. Should already be in your calendars. Any questions, let me know. Andrea, please be careful what you say over team radio. The press are hungry for even the smallest disagreement at Konnersport, so it's better if we don't argue publicly. Great race. See you at the meeting. All right, let's move ourselves to chapter 13.
I did not like Aiden. Not at all.
Why not?
I thought he was immature about what happened in Baku. Like, I never really got over it. He was aggressive on track, and the paddock talks. He just wasn't happy at Konnersport. Thought he was too good for the team. He just had a bit of an attitude problem.
It's already complicated. And I've told you they don't need to know.
Well, it's your call, of course. But the dishonesty makes me uncomfortable.
We'll talk about it later. Yes?
Let's make this quick.
Or maybe we could give Casper a bit of our time.
This wasn't scheduled.
What, are you too busy for us now?
Just tell them, Casper.
Andreo, please.
Can we get started?
Yeah, Aiden's got a meeting at Mercedes he needs to get to.
Enough! Enough! Okay? This is what we have to talk about. It has to stop. Understand? If we can't pull together now...
If we can't pull together, we are finished.
Wait, what does that mean?
Andreo...
It means that if we don't finish 5th or higher, Butler Global will pull funding. And I don't think we'll find an investor to replace him. Not now.
Wait, what? Casper?
Yeah, it's true.
Well, then we're finished. Andrea?
We're finished.
So yeah, Dad brought me onto the team and then immediately threatened to shut it down.
Why would he do that?
It's kind of his thing.
Funny how Aiden never said much after that one, did he? So, anyway, 1 week later, the Austrian Grand Prix. With rain forecast at the Austrian Grand Prix, Konnersport are hoping that the gamble of an early pit stop for Callie pays off. We're going to go mid-race, yes.
Okay, Callie, I'm sure you've got questions, but we think
9
we
laps
know what
to
we're
go.
doing here. We've got information that says more rain's coming, and so, because we're the first ones to come and make this change, we can turn it into an advantage. So on your out lap, let's make it all count.
Copy that.
Beat Alpine and Alfa Romeo. I can't remember what the settings are. Wait. We've got to beat Alpine and Alfa Romeo. There's Aiden in. Turn.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some
No,
of this
Mark,
energy.
shut up.
Aiden's coming in for his stop now.
We got wets available if we need it. Oh, understeer. We're 19th. There's everyone coming out of the pit lane.
DRS has been disabled by the stewards. DRS will be offline. Wait for further updates.
YouTube just coming out of the pit lane. That's 12. We got past Gasly, so that's all right. 1 target. No. Hang on to it, hang on. One Alfa Romeo and that 1 Alpine ahead of Aiden, so this could get interesting. K-Mag, Alonso, Joe Guan Yu. If I can stop wheel spinning. Oh, okay, yep. Just going to do that, are we, K-Mag? We have time, although it is a short lap around Austria. Nearly hit the back of the two-time world champion. Trying to get these moves done on track. Whoa, Joe.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Oh, I can't slow it down. The penalty system isn't on anyway in this, so... Hang on.
We anticipate an end to this rain in around 5 minutes.
Come on, really? Right at the back end of the race. Alright, Aiden next. Are we going to have like a cutscene in front of us here, I wonder? We've got Ocon in front and then Valtteri in position 5. Rare occasion he's up there. It's the 22 days. The 2022 days when Alfa Romeo were decent. Might be helping us out here. Locking the rears. Wheel spin galore. Points in the wet are different in the dry, Ross, for goodness sake. We still have time.
Okay, the gap behind is 3.2 seconds.
Done, and it helps when two guys in front are fighting, Lance Stroll and whoever McLaren's it is. Lando. Jesus, Lance. There we go. Well, there's P5, done and dusted. Key, close to having to go at max, but AI difficulty is like a 45. What is this? I'm on the hardest fucking difficulty you'll ever see. Yay. Won't rule out position the top two.
And we're still happy that we're on the right tyres at the moment.
Righto, Lando next. There you get the move done, Lando, for goodness sake. On. stop now.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left. Okay, gap ahead.
We might win the race.
3 seconds.
3 seconds up to Checo. Might go back the other way. Sneaky here on Charles.
I don't think the line is really dry enough yet to start thinking about slicks. Let's hold on to the inters for a little while longer.
Checo. Left this time. The ball's got some pretty good, decent straight line speed. Like the typical Checo thing, just back out of it.
Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Managing it to the end now.
Enable DRS. DRS is now online.
So much to go. Try and survive one more lap on the inters in the drive.
Final lap. Push,
No one's bidding. Everyone's in the same boat. Wheel spin galore. Oh, I didn't think we'd get this far, but anyway. Come across the line. Bill Stafford seconds clear. Get the job done.
Congratulations, Callie. You keep going like that, you might just prove me wrong yet. Callie?
Hello. That was interesting.
Well, we said at the time that it might have been too soon, but in hindsight, Konnersport really did make the right call. Mayer made the pit stop, changed to wet tyres ahead of everybody else. That was a real turning point in the race.
Yeah, you've got to get these decisions right, and not everyone did today. It's great to see Konnersport taking their chances like that. Wonderful race by Mayer.
If they want to improve on last season, they've got to try and do something different. Well, they did that today. They timed it well. Mayer, well, she continues to impress. Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way onto the podium now.
Well, well, well. An interesting radio message after we won the race. Wasn't expecting that one, to be honest. All right. Fortune favours the bold. The early tyre change allows Callie to get the jump on her competitors in the midfield and secure a solid finish for Konnersport at the Red Bull Ring.
Callie, great race.
What do you mean, prove you wrong?
I was just trying to congratulate you, that's all.
Prove you wrong about what exactly?
I didn't mean anything by it. I was just saying well done.
By reminding me how little you actually believe in me?
Callie.
You are a piece of work.
But it was a great race.
You said you'd keep him away from me.
I'll talk to him.
How is he getting involved on comms?
Well, he didn't ask, he just did it.
Yeah, he'll do whatever he wants until someone stops him.
I said I'll talk to him. That was a great result out there today. Let's forget about your father, okay?
Yeah. Good. Looks like he's found someone else to talk to anyway.
Oh, God. Okay, well, this will be an interesting phone call with Mum, I reckon. Just have a quick look through the socials. Going through about the great tyre strategy. Oh, no, Casper. Okay, here we go.
Casper.
Hey, look, I've put measures in place to clamp down on who can access team radio now.
Thanks, I guess.
Look, it turns out your father talked Mark into it. Says something like, "You're not going to keep me off team radio on my own team."
Yeah, well, I guess Mark can be a bit of a pushover at times.
Look, I've stopped Davidoff from attending this press thing later, so that's something at least.
Oh, thanks for that. How did he take it?
Didn't like it. I think he sees all of this as publicity for Butler Global.
Yeah, sounds like Dad.
Yeah. Look, I'll stop by later too, so see you there.
See you there.
There it is. There's Mum.
Mum.
Callie, I just got your text. Prove him wrong. He's got a nerve.
He really gets to me, Mum. I know I shouldn't let him, but I can't bear it.
Him and his little games. Call him out on it, Callie. Say something.
I did. I spoke to him.
And?
He said he didn't mean anything by it. He said I did well today.
Unbelievable.
What else do you expect? An apology? I don't know what to do.
You keep driving, Callie. That's all you can do right now. The rest is just fluff.
If only it were that simple.
Oh, fair point. Don't envy you, darling. Not one bit. I'll leave you be.
Bye, Mum.
Okay, some interesting takes on that one anyway, so let's have a look at the news first, shall we? But Can't even go down. Oh, there we go. Niki Lauda and the curve that bears his name. The one about the Austrian Grand Prix. I'll just give you a moment or two. All right, the future of Konnersport. I'll look through his notifications for Discord. Will Butler Global pull funding? With comparisons already drawn to Manor Racing, Caterham, and HRT, many have speculated over Konnersport's future in the sport and what it would take to guarantee the team another season. The team's performance has been far from disastrous. They've proven to be a competitive force in F1, but as ever, it all comes back to money. And Davidoff Butler has been suspiciously tight-lipped about the team's finances. Rumblings from certain corners of the paddock suggest the team hasn't been quite the financial success its investors were hoping for, which does raise questions about the team's future. At the very least, we shouldn't take it for granted that Konnersport will still be around next season. Manor Racing, Caterham, and HRT all went into administration when they finally withdrew from the sport, and all had large debts to pay. Which is true. Here we go, trackside chats. Davidoff Butler on Konnersport. The opportunity to sit down with the team's chief financier, Davidoff Butler, which assures us he takes a back seat in the running of the team. We press him on this. Hasn't he had any say in the direction the team takes? Not even the signing of his own daughter? Actually, that was Ackerman's idea, Davidoff said. Believe it or not, he was the one trying to convince me. No, I know my place. Everyone on this team excels at their job, and I put my faith in them entirely. Konnersport has now lasted the best part of 2 seasons in F1. Davidoff doesn't deny it's a struggle for a new team. It comes as a shock to anyone to learn that it's difficult, he says. There's no pity for a new team to the grid. No allowances made for us. F1 is a ruthless world. All right, what do we got email-wise? Linda, new comms clearance protocol. However, on just an email to outline the new on-track radio comms clearance protocol that we've put in place. It's effective immediately for both Aiden and Callie during practice qualifying and races. This won't affect most of you, but you'll find the new procedure attached. Any questions, let me know. Alyssa, please be careful. Press and socials are currently speculating over the team's financial situation. As ever, we ask you all to be careful when and where you discuss team-related business. Andrea is keen the team doesn't descend into a series of closed-door meetings, but that requires trust on the part of all its employees. Thanks for your understanding. Phil, congratulations to everyone on the tyre strategy. We were the best team out there today in terms of our decision-making and our timing. We'll keep going like this, and we'll keep up with the best of them. And then Alyssa, a press call reminder. A quick reminder about this press call today after the race. It's a big feature piece they're running in Spotlight, which will help to further raise the team's profile and continue our quest to build a positive brand identity. At Casper's request, the piece will be largely focusing on the drivers, and all required attendees should already have details in their calendars. Thanks so much. All right, let's move on, shall we? Monza. Italian Grand Prix. A month later, as the grid heads to Monza, fractures within the team continue to plague Konnersport. Jeez, what have we done now?
Hey, boss, got a couple of minutes?
What have we got? We're getting reports of a bit of a confrontation down in the garage, which we thought you should know about. Callie overheard a mechanic bad-mouthing her, and she called them out on it. The mechanic called her privileged and out of touch. She said she won't make it in F1 because she doesn't understand how punishing it can be. How do you want to handle it? Either do nothing or discipline. Sounds to me like Callie already took care of it. She's used to this kind of thing. She can handle herself. Or discipline. This doesn't happen under my watch. We are a team. We need to act like one. Arrange a meeting with the mechanic. I want to give them an official warning. I think that's pretty much the best way forward. The Konnersport feature article is out, and while favourable to the team overall, the journalist did pick up on some obvious tension between Callie and Aiden. Questions in the press and on social media are beginning to circulate that there's an irreparable rift between the Konnersport drivers. Why does that not shock me? One little bit. They'd probably mention it in the socials. I'm going to keep reading this while Andrea calls. Here we go.
Guess who's on his way in?
Davidoff.
Davidoff?
He just called the office. Arrange him a lunch, he says. He treats the office staff like his personal assistants.
He shouldn't be a drain on our resources. Look, I'll talk to him.
Can you let the garage staff know he'll be wandering around down there? And make sure we have the usual room set up for him?
Yeah, no problem.
Roll out the red carpet. Davidoff's in town. Last I heard he was joining us in Singapore, but today he just shows up.
Don't let him get to you like this. We'll handle him.
Remind me why I went into business with him.
At least you have an F1 team.
For now.
Look, he wants us to succeed.
Doesn't always feel like it, Cass. I'll see you in the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy response there from Casper. What else we got here? Monza iconic turns and inspired Tifosi. This is way back when it was done. What was it? Part of the first official F1 calendar in 1950. Building the rapid 110 days in 1922. Obviously, he's not far from Milan. All right, what do we got? Spotlight, Konnersport edition. The battle within. I ask about their run-in at Baku and their battle at Silverstone. There's been a lot of discussion about their rocky start. Have they finally put all that behind them? I never had any issues in the first place, Maya says, but Jackson frowns at her answer. Seriously, he says, not this again. Maya replies. Seriously, he says, not this again, Maya replies. She's smiling, rolling her eyes, making a joke of it, but I'm not convinced either of them find it particularly amusing. Maybe let's talk about something else, she suggests. She's trying to keep it light, but Jackson is visibly annoyed. I appear to have reopened an old wound. I should probably drop it at this stage, but I can't help myself. Why do they think they find it so difficult to pull together for the good of the team? I asked them outright. We are pulling together, May insists, as Jackson looks away, avoiding eye contact altogether. Trackside chats. Jackson on the move. So we couldn't be happier that after a grueling season, Aiden Jackson finally agreed to talk to us. How's he getting on? How's he found the season so far? We ask him all about it. To be honest, it's been tough, he tells us. The Konnersport team are all working hard. I'm working hard, but sometimes it just doesn't click. Jackson has struggled at Konnersport with the car last season with previous teammate Devon Butler and more recently with Kelly Mayer. Is he happy there? He ducks the question. It's not about my happiness, he says. We're all professionals and we've all got a job to do. It's fair enough. Konnersport do have a job to do, but drivers who are happy in their current team are really shy about saying so. All right, what do we got? The emails. Davidoff change of plans. Team, we've just had word that Davidoff will be around this race weekend due to a last-minute change of plans. He's requesting an update on the car, so expect him in and around the garage. As ever, answer his questions as best you can, but don't let it get in the way of your jobs. Phil, disharmony in the garage. Casper, an update on the situation in the garage. There are a lot of opinions flying around on Callie and Aiden. Lots of bickering. Some saying Aiden's not delivering. Some saying that's because Callie's the clear priority. The atmosphere isn't great. I've had a word with one or two of the team and told them to watch their tone at work. I've said it's fine for them to have those opinions privately, but professionally, they are members of a team. Obviously, I want to do my best to unite the garage, but also worried about escalating the situation by doing anything too drastic. I've used a light torch for now. I'll keep an eye on it. Just wanted to keep you updated. Bloody hell. A Spotlight article from Elissa. Casper, that article finally came out. They focused quite heavily on Aiden and Callie's dislike of each other. We've been trying to calm down this infighting narrative, so it's not great for us. Not essential reading, but take a look if you're interested. I've contacted the drivers separately to ask if they wouldn't mind talking down this aspect in the press. Again, as always. All right. Oh, we're going to do another thing beforehand. We'll have a quick drink.
Could you take a look at this, please?
Andrea was concerned by a reporter when heading out of the team hotel early this morning, asking if he regretted getting into Formula One. We know Andrea to be a passionate man. This, coupled with the already tense situation, may have made this response come across a little fiery. This might require some damage control. How would you like to handle it? Either support, apologise, or do nothing, which obviously gives us level 7 reputation. I don't know why, but we wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for Andrea's commitment to passion. He exemplifies what we stand for as a team. Put out a statement to that effect supporting Andrea. Apologise, Andrea's passion can get the best of him at times. Apologise to the reporter privately and try to downplay the matter. Let's get this off people's radars or do nothing. Andrea can handle this one himself. He knows how to deal with the press, and this is still his team. Yeah, why not? We'll go with that answer. Probably a bit of a dumb answer, but...
Everything else looks fine. It's just about that rear wing.
I don't want to sacrifice any more downforce.
It's okay, it's your call. Now, let's check the weather again in an hour.
Oh, God.
Oi, oi! Did you miss me? Hello, sis.
Hi, bro.
Jackson.
Devon.
How are you, Devon?
I am excited. Very excited to be involved again. Now you pretend I'm not here, you carry on, please.
Involved?
How?
Oh, you know, just a little bit of this, a little bit of...
Involved? How?
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Huh. And what does Andreo say to that?
He'll agree, Casper. It's fine.
Were they pleased to see you?
People are always pleased to see me.
And what was your new role?
I guess you might call me a liaison. Yeah, I love to liaise. Dad wanted me to talk to people, keep people's spirits up, give some friendly words of advice, that kind of thing. But it was tough. Yeah, Aiden still had that ego. Still thought he was too good for the team. Wouldn't listen to Casper's advice, that was a problem. And then Andreo, he was worried about the future of the team. He had Dad breathing down his neck. And Callie, well, let's just say Callie wasn't really looking for my advice. The whole thing was a mess. I mean, honestly, I'd only been gone 5 minutes.
5 minutes. You've been gone for like few races since Imola. What was that, like round 3 or whatever it was? All right, mid-race. With her brother's return certain to ruffle a few feathers at the already shaky Konnersport, Callie focuses on the race and a continuing battle with her teammate Aiden Jackson. Oh, God, this is going to end well, isn't it?
Konnersport teammates not exactly doing each other any favours this afternoon. For me, they're a little bit too close for comfort.
What is Aiden playing at? Tell him to back off.
Okay, Callie, he knows.
Clearly he doesn't know.
Yeah, same old stuff. Jackson really wants to make a move out there, but Maya, no chance, not letting him pass.
Towards the curve of Grande we go. He's going for it. It's really close. It's too close. There goes Maya's front wing. Oh, Aiden Jackson, what happened there? This now seems like a running theme at Konnersport.
Yes, this race is critical for them. When are they going to just pull themselves together?
Okay, box please, Callie. Let's get that wing replaced.
This is a joke.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
Yeah, copy.
Hit and replace your front wing. Okay. You give me one of the worst jobs now. At least we only have one corner to deal with. Auto, yes, change it, please. Nice and gentle.
And the gap behind us is 16.2 seconds.
Hit and replace your front wing, that'll obviously be get updated, and then finish ahead of Jackson for the bonus reputation. All right, the pits we go.
Okay, let's go now.
Oh, this is going to be a
That was a
nightmare.
fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit.
Finishing the
We'll
points,
see the penalty
okay.
for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Finishing the points will be easy. He's currently at Lance Stroll's position in 10th. Gonna be dramas after this race again, isn't there?
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Just be able to get Nico Hulkenberg's DRS, but I don't fit it at Lesbo. Should get the fastest lap on the soft tyres now. shot here. There we go. Hey, look out there, Coat. A bit more power, please.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
On the limiter here in Monza. We just touched, I think, back at Baku. Oh, Jesus. Nearly ran up the rear end of Esteban Ocon. Right. These two battling away for the final points. Slide each other up. Logan. Shot again. DRS, I think. Yep. Good fast lap.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
Right, Alonso and Norris ahead. Put the foot to the floor. Hayden might be possible. He's 6th at the moment. So much curve there, but that's all right. Oh, Fernando.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Down. Right. Got 5.5 seconds to Aiden for 6th.
And gap to the car in front is 4.8 seconds.
Might give him a little bit of payback afterwards. Don't know. Man, it's time we gained. It's 3 seconds already this lap, I think. That's a bit understeer. Right here.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Look at how slow he is. A little crazy father. Done.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Could get Lewis. Could get Charles on the last lap if we can, but might be a bit of a stretch. How slow the AI. That's Nick DeVries up here in third.
Nice move. Good job.
And they slide each other up as well. Oh, Jesus, Charles. Cheeky podium of Nick DeVries, I'm sorry to say.
Okay, mate. Final lap. Keep your concentration. Let's bring it home.
Hang on. And these two are fighting, so this is just bringing us back into the win. Somehow. Carlos Sainz, and they're still arguing. We could be on for the win here. Again, AI driver level is horrible. It's on easy. Slingshot.
Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining.
Into the lead. There you guys. Who would have thought that? We win the Italian Grand Prix. Again, I can't help but Aiden v. Callie. What more can I do there?
So Mayer managed to pull it back in the end. But if this continues, Konnersport are in real danger of sabotaging their own chances of a decent finish this season.
There is so much talent in that team, and yet they're their own worst enemy. The reason they're not making progress is each other. Ridiculous state of affairs.
And it's clear that Jackson continues to be the aggressor. Is it personal, Natalie?
Well, you know, it does seem that way from the outside looking in, but all I know is they just can't go on like this.
Welcome then to the podium, our top three drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race.
All right, what's going to happen post-race? Okay, we've got the interviews. Thought there'd be a cinematic. Never mind.
Now, once again, another eventful race out there today for Konnersport, Callie. Is the team sabotaging its own chance of a decent finish this season?
Saying no comment obviously gives you more reputation. Yes, if we can't sort out these problems, we're going to struggle. No, we've already shown what we're capable of.
Absolutely not. We've already shown what we're capable of this season, and the car is feeling good out there. We're all focused on having a successful season as we possibly can.
Everyone is talking about Devon's return to Konnersport today, so is it good to have him back around again?
Never tell him I said this, but I don't mind having him around. That's for level 8 reputation, please. He means well, but he's not the easiest person to be around. He's still got a lot to offer the team in the sport. I'm worried he's going to be a distraction. Make it easy or hard?
Devon always means well. He just doesn't always have a let's call it a net positive influence on those around him, but he's here because he cares about the sport and he cares about the team.
Well, look, I'm loath to ask how bad your relationship is between you and Aiden, but there's been more contact today, so just enlighten us.
It's fine. Or not great, to be honest. Or there's always friction between teammates. It's part of the sport. Level 8. reputation. I hate both the top two answers, but we're going to go this one.
I mean, since when were two teammates the best of buddies? There's always going to be a bit of friction. So, you know, I want to win. And Aiden wants to win. And we get in each other's way a bit. That's the sport. That's F1.
Now, in the past, you've refused to acknowledge the
Oh,
role of
God.
your father in getting your current seat at Konnersport. Why is that?
No comment. It always helps to have a contract. There's nothing shocking. That's just life. I'm here because I can drive. I stand by that. I mean...
What I said was I'm here because I deserve to be. I'm here because I can drive. I stand by that.
That's great. Thank you.
I think, yeah, I still stand by it as well. So, anyway, let me just got an opportunity before we continue on. I'll just have a quick tour to stop, and we'll be back shortly. All right, we're back. Get myself in the slot here. Righto. Post-race, Konnersport teammates continue to shoot themselves in the foot, with Mayer and Jackson getting into another on-track tussle at the Italian Grand Prix. Fortunately, Caddy manages to turn it around and finish within the points. Well, a win. And that's probably not what the story's meant to be. But it's clear to all that Konnersport's problems aren't going away anytime soon. We can get to the socials before the phone call happens. There's Mum.
Go on then. Let's have it.
That's no way to answer the phone.
Say your piece, mother dearest.
Fine, if you want to be like that. I did say you need to be careful what you tell the media about your father, didn't I? That was the perfect opportunity today to smooth it all over, but no, you only reinforced what everyone's already saying about you.
That's just how I feel.
Oh, you've got a stubborn streak in you. I think it comes from your father. Definitely not mine. He was always so determined, unable to admit to his mistakes.
What's your point, Mum?
My point is that nobody likes your father. Sorry. Just be careful, Cal.
Yeah. Thanks, Mum.
I'll let you go, darling. Ciao.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, Andrea, this could get interesting.
Hey, Andrea.
Callie, about Aiden. I want to thank you for your diplomacy, shall we say.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's what I would have said anyway. It's no bother.
You're a real pro, Callie. You neutralized the issue so well.
I can spin a story. It's in my blood, sadly.
Yes, we best not talk about where you get that particular trait from.
I'd rather we didn't.
Would be better if we could use those skills to make the story go away completely, but we take what we get. Thanks, Callie.
Okay, better than I thought it was going to be, but anyway. Oh, we've seen that one, Konnersport, that one, these two, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Devon returns. Konnersport confirmed Butler's involvement. Following sightings of Devon Butler and Monza, Konnersport broke their silence and confirmed that Devon Butler is still a member of the team. He won't be driving again this season, but remains keen to keep Konnersport out in whatever way he can. Konnersport has yet to confirm Butler's precise role, even if he has a designated role. The most we know about the situation comes from Davidoff Butler, who said of his son, he's an integral part of everything we're trying to achieve at Konnersport, and his continued involvement can only benefit the team. Well, you wait and see on that one. Konnersport problems continue. Feud beyond a joke. Could erase the critical importance for the team. Their two drivers make contact yet again, forcing Calimar to pit early and replace the front wing. It's never a good time to get into the scrap on track, and it's always galling to see teammates causing each other problems mid-race. But it's hard to imagine worse timing for Konnersport. There are already doubts over the team's future, as rumours suggest they may be struggling with their finances just 2 seasons in. As usual. Right, let's have a look at the emails. Oh, I needed 2. Oh, God, Devon, why? Actually, we'll look at Andreas first before we get... Callie Aiden, what more can we say about this? 3 question marks. You are professional F1 drivers. You do this for a living. Hundreds of people on this team dedicate every single moment of their working lives to making it the best team it can possibly be. You disrespect each and every one of them with your petty on-track squabbles. Be better. Oh, God. Your new superior. Team liaison. All right, sis. New role, new email address. Use this one from now on. Tar. I know it might be a bit awkward having me around, but I just wanted to say, try not to think of me as your boss. I'm your brother first and your superior second. Devon is fine in private, but if you could stick to sir in public, that'd be great. Nice race out there today. You keep at it. You might actually make a career of this motorsport malarkey. Nothing changes. Anyway, move on. All right, we're up to Singapore. I don't know if it's old Singapore track or new Singapore track. We'll find out in a minute. Several weeks later, at Chapter 15. With their dysfunction clear for all to see, with only a handful of races now left in the 2023 season, Konnersport look like a team on the ropes as they head to Singapore.
Flagging off. Hey.
Scared the life out of me, mate.
I didn't mean to. Picking up any tips?
I don't think they like the short straights here.
You didn't mind them, did you?
I love this track. Always do well here. Well, used to.
How are you doing, Devon?
Me? Golden, mate. Loving life.
Yeah, sure.
You know what it's like to leave all this behind, don't you?
It's the most difficult thing I've ever done.
Yeah, well, like that. But, I didn't choose this, Casper. I didn't,
I know.
Well, you came back, right? How's it treating you?
Ups and downs.
How's our old teammate doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's happy here.
He still thinks he belongs in that top team, see? He's never let it go. That's the problem. You know, I could have a word with him. I mean, if you think that might help.
It's all a bit big.
Yeah. I understand.
No, Devon, I mean it.
Yeah? Scout's on him, mate.
Oh, God. That's always bad news when he says that. So we'll be doing the Singapore track as well.
We need your input on this one.
All right, what do we got? An anonymous source has talked to the press about how Callie must not be criticised at Konnersport. It sounds like it came from the mechanic who had a run-in with Callie in the garage. The press are really latching onto this story. How do you want to handle it? Cautious. We don't know for sure where this story has come from. I'll talk to the press, tell them everything's fine. We need to tread carefully here or discipline. It was obviously the mechanic from before. I won't stand for this. Dismiss them from their duties. They're fired. A bit more level 8. Let's play cautious, I think. This will affect the bonus objective in the upcoming race. Okay, Devon's just been in. He said the two of you had had a little chat, and that you both agree Aiden needs a bit of extra motivation. Is that true? He suggested setting an expected finishing position for him this weekend as third. No offense, boss, but that seems a bit overly ambitious. What's your plan? Typical Devon, we have our projections and we'll stick with our agreed plan. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Devon, but let's do it. We need to try something here. Again, this will affect the bonus objective in the upcoming race. Now, let's just try something. Let's see. Anyway. Andrea ambushed. Andrea had a sit-down interview with the reporter that he had the fire exchange with. Now a bit calmer, he still exuded the same passion that we know and love him for. He came across really well. The team loved how he seemed to have their backs, and we've been hearing positive statements from people all week. It was a real morale boost. Weber, Lucas Publication sent Amari Olo, I don't know, but in his stead. There's no fear of anyone thinking he was a puff piece. Amari was pointed as strong with his critique about around the troubles of Konnersport. It's caused a bit of a stir and down in the garage. Morale has been a bit low this weekend. Can't win, can you? Quick, get into the socials before someone calls again. Andrea, I think it was going to be Davidoff.
Andrea, did you read his email?
I glanced at it.
He's a sly old fox at that one. Thank you for finding a place for Devon, as if we had a choice, Casper. As if it was our decision.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
How's it going with Devon anyway?
He's still struggling. But he does really care about the team, so, maybe it'll work out.
Well, that's something at least.
Rather him than his father, right?
Rather neither of them, Casper. Anyway, I'll see you.
Yeah, see you.
Come across is interesting. Oh, and there's the big boss.
Davidoff.
Ackerman. Look, I know it's none of my business, but that story about the mechanics really blowing up. I trust you're dealing with it.
I'm going to clear everything up myself. I've arranged a press conference. I'll tell them everything's fine.
That's not exactly what I'd call dealing with it.
You want me to fire him?
Well, that would be your decision, naturally.
I'm not going to fire a good mechanic without any proof. The decision is made.
So be it.
Put up with it, Davidoff. As I said, we probably could have fired him, but anyway. We got the infamous Singapore sling. The first part of the, what was it say, 2008 to 2013. Be a brutal chicane. It obviously got realigned. Who knows when it was, but opinion. It's not the car, it's the drivers. Give the KS02 its dues. Much is made of Konnersport's technical foibles, given the problems with reliability that plagued last year's KS01. The KS02 shouldn't be judged by the failings of its forebear. In fact, Konnersport's turnaround from a technical perspective is a story that's flown under the radar this year. Fewer unenforced DNFs, a more stable development platform, and a snazzy livery to boot. It's a shame, therefore, that Aiden Jackson and Callie Mayer aren't getting the best of it and getting the best out of it. They have to look squarely at themselves. A true driver would be able to extract far more performance from the car. For example, back in my junior days, I constantly outperformed my rusting pile of metal. Toxic culture at Konnersport. This is that bloody mechanic or whatever it was. Anonymous source speaks out. Although the source wishes to remain anonymous, he's adamant that the culture of Konnersport is toxic, particularly around protecting Caddy Mayer. They keep her wrapped in cotton wool, says the source. If you say anything remotely critical, Ackerman will tell you that you're not allowed to do that. He'll give you an official warning. I've seen it happen. Does their source feel like that's detrimental to his job? Absolutely, he says. Sometimes I have to present counter arguments. I can't do my job properly if I'm afraid to do that. But if that's how they want to run a team, then that's up to them. Now, how much of this is down to Ackerman protecting a driver he's always done his best to help? Or is it all about Davidoff Butler protecting his daughter? So what was Devon's condition? Butler, I'm just getting started. Though already widely suspected, Butler recently went on record for the first time to acknowledge his medical condition, tinnitus. I always get that name marked up anyway. Tinnitus is a condition which the sufferer hears sounds that haven't come from an external source. Instead, the sounds come from inside the person's own body. Often described as a ringing in the ears, the sounds might also take the form of buzzing or humming. It's often linked with hearing loss. Butler's symptoms also included vertigo and dizziness. The condition worsened to the point where, in his own words, it became impossible for me to safely operate an F1 car. After a long break from his involvement with the sport, Devin Butler was quick to correct me when I broached the subject of retirement. Steady old mate, he said, I've retired from driving. I'm just getting started in F1. Interesting. All right. Here we go. Davidoff. Casper Andrea, I'd like you to direct the media relations group to start using Devin now he's taken this role. Reminder that we need to give the role a formal title. He's got a lot to offer the sport, and I know he can help the team. So thanks in advance for putting all this in place. Own internal thing, let's be honest. Mark, hey boss, I have to admit I was skeptical about this layout when it was first announced, but it's really grown on me over the years, especially now that sling chicane is gone. As an engineer, that was the cause of more than a few headaches. I forwarded this to Aiden and Kelly already. My main point of emphasis was walls equal bad, just like any street circuit. It looks like we might be Aiden and we might be doing this race.
Did Casper really want you to talk to Aiden?
I read between the lines. Look, Casper's good at lots of things, but I know people. Yeah, I know how to get in their heads. And I wanted to help Dad, help the team, so,
Leave me alone.
Listen, I'm just saying, mate, if you were such an incredible driver, you wouldn't be at Konnersport, would you? Sorry, it's the truth. No offense.
Maybe I won't be here next season.
Oh, dude. You know what your problem is?
Yeah. You.
You think you're better than the team. I remember when Aiden Jackson was just happy to be behind the wheel of an F1 car. We all like that guy far better than this one.
You never liked me.
No. Casper did. Once upon a time. Now you're different now. You think you're too good for the team. Your head's stuck in some imaginary big 3-seat in cloud cuckoo land, mate. No. You have got to drive the car you're in.
You're lecturing me about ego.
A subject I know well.
Oh, right. I get it. So you're allowed to be cocky, but I'm not. Is that it?
There's a difference.
How can there possibly be a difference?
This isn't you, mate.
Oh, get lost. Be true to myself. Drive the car I'm in. The wisdom of Devin Butler. Should I be living my best life too?
Just drive the car you're in, mate, yeah? Ciao.
And he still went ahead of it. Typical Devin, let's be honest. All right, with Devin's words still repeating in his head, I'm focused and determined Aiden Jackson looks to return to form. And we're doing this 25% race, whatever it is.
Marina Bay hosted a Grand Prix that briefly ran in the 60s and 70s, but the Garden City re-entered the calendar for good in 2008. We missed it for a couple of years, but it was great to come back to the Singapore Grand Prix. Here's the track, and it's all changed for 2023 with 4 corners removed between turns 16 and 19. It means the lap length is now just over 3 miles, but that might come as a welcome relief to the drivers, and more especially their brakes. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, Joe, Ocon, Stroll, Mayer, Jackson, De Vries, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Gasly, Bottas, Sargent, Hulkenberg, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. Well, it's a beautiful night here at the Marina Bay Circuit, and as ever, a really enthralling Singapore Grand Prix ahead of us.
That's right, Crofty. And while there's not many surprises at the top of the standings right now, there's a lot to watch out for further down the pack.
One driver I'll be definitely keeping my eye on is Konnersport's Aiden Jackson. He's been less than consistent so far this season.
Aiden, you know what you're doing here. Let's lock in and give it everything. Show us what you got.
All right, so we're going to blank this out because we don't want to give any setups away, of course. If you do want to go check out and go have a look at some decent race setups, you can check out the link simracing-center.com, or you can scan the QR code on your screen if you want to go check them out there. Yeah, but anyway, you can have a look there. So we've got the setup strategy, mediums to softs, 16 laps. Jeez, what am I doing? 16.7, I think. I can't remember what the fuel's like around here, but let's do it anyway. Goal here, obviously, finish in the top 5 would probably win the race, let's be honest. Sorry to spoiler alert there, but not much we can do. Finish in top 3 for the bonus. Kelly alongside us in P13. Sneaky up inside of Mark Stroll, but he goes back. Won't be ideal in the straights, but in the corners will be good. Oscar's the target for P5 at the current moment anyway. Shows on the softs, whoops. Charles Leclerc. Right, there we go.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
Down the inside of Fernando.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a
Max
place.
next. Not one of his favourite circuits in Singapore. Never is for reigning world champions and coming in sort of the next year. Max. Actually, with 36.6.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
Right, Mr. Piastri next. signs. There we go. George Russell next. Away, and we'll probably see in a few laps when absolutely nothing happens. Made it like a 5-lap race. We would have been over and done with by now. What George did in the real-life Singapore Grand Prix. The rev limiter there. Okay, we're nearly 10 seconds up. We're not even halfway through the bloody race. Lagging a bit. laptop's getting old, so... Soft runners in already. Joe Guan Yu probably in one of the houses. But go hard.
And Callie's coming in for a stop.
There's Logan Sargent P2. Must have stopped there, surely. Oh, that was cute.
Pit box is currently full. Stay out on track. Stay out.
Cold.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
It, Logan Sargent, so seconds clear. That's something we haven't done a pit stop yet.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Soft tires, yes. Surprised to know nothing happened. Good night. Still maintain our lead, I think. And now. Go.
Right, let's go. Come on. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
That hit the wall, which I just did. Lovely. That's Carlos Sainz on the hards, for God's sake. We still maintain our lead. Is it ever in doubt, let's be honest. Gap's going to be 30 seconds. 25 seconds. Coming down, obviously. Got up the temperature. Yep.
And that's just 5 laps of fuel remaining.
sectors. Guess we can. 32 more.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
It's free to go. Well, it was exciting for the first like 4 or 5 laps, but ever since it's been bloody boring. Cruise to home now.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Gain along the way as well, so. We're going to beat some of them at this corner. There they are. How far the lead is.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now.
Plenty will be right.
Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Right, let's bring it home. 40 seconds clear. Probably nearly 45 by the end of this race. Corners here. It was an exciting race for about 4 laps, and then it just got boring as fuck anyway, but a bit of a burnout. There we go.
We did it! We did it!
Certainly did. He shone at Singapore.
Are in there, we have it. What a race that was.
The sheer grit and determination shown by some of the drivers out there today, Crofty, was nothing short of incredible.
Elbows out, especially from Aiden Jackson. Loved his race today, and he finally delivered the sort of performance that we know that he's capable of. So whatever they're saying to him over at Konnersport, he seems to be listening to. The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all.
Alrighty, we're back.
Now, Aiden, you have had your ups and downs this season, but tell me, on the whole, are you pleased with your overall performance?
No, today's performance should be the norm for me. Yeah, I've given it all my season.
Yeah, I'm really happy with what we've achieved. You know, F1 gets more and more competitive every single day, so I've really given it all this season, and you know, today I've been able to show a little bit more of what we're capable of.
Okay, I'm going to be cheeky, go straight for the jugular. If you had to choose a teammate between Callie and Devon, who would it be?
And he just throw into the mix Casper as well. Why not? Casper for level 8 reputation. Devon or Callie? Yeah. Callie? Callie.
I guess I'd have to choose Callie. We've had our differences, but I'd take her over Devon any day. Plus, she's clearly the better driver.
Now, Aiden, you have recently hinted that you're not entirely happy at Konnersport. Tell me, is it true?
Konnersport and my family, you don't always see eye to eye, but you all want the same thing. Change might do me good. It's irrelevant. I've got a job to do this season. All teams have their issues.
I think of Konnersport in the same way I would my family. There are a lot of personalities to manage, but we're a tight-knit group in this team. We might not always see eye to eye, but in the end, we all want the same thing.
There's been wild speculation on whether or not Konnersport can even be on the grid next season, so can you tell us more?
Wouldn't surprise me if we struggle to find funding. That's a real dicky answer. Can't imagine anyone pulling funding at this stage. That's a question for the investors.
That seems like a question for the investors, but no one's funding Konnersport as a charity. They're funding it as a business. And if a business isn't successful, then there's definitely an issue.
Thank you so much for your time.
Was this the right response or not? Who knows? All right, under the floodlights in Singapore, Aiden Jackson puts in a magnificent performance for Konnersport. We'll get into socials. Davidoff.
Hi, Davidoff.
Aiden, quite the answer you gave today. Didn't have you pegged as a man of business.
Yeah, I didn't really think anything of it. Of course you need to make money.
Don't we all, Aiden?
Yeah, but Konnersport must be profitable, right?
We're still running the projections for next season.
So it's not certain then?
Time will tell. You said it yourself, it's just business. Thanks, Aiden.
Week 1. Well, what do we got? Future coming soon. F1 time sustainable fuel. Future first. Only 2023, but Formula 1 moves quickly. We've only got to look. Just got to grips with the new regulations introduced last year. We're already looking ahead to 2026, which could bring with it the most comprehensive and important rule changes in the sport's history. 2026 will bring increased electrified power, Also, the mandate the cars have to run on 100% sustainable fuels as part of F1's effort to go green, what is the climate action, blah, 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 blah. Nigel Mansell's iconic 1992 title-winning FW14B with carbon-neutral fuel form of bio waste and carbon capture, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. Singapore ran a quite the day at Marina Bay. Ferrari can afford to be content for now. Meanwhile, at Konnersport, it's as if Aiden Jackson finally woke up at Marina Bay. String of disappointing performances and a lackluster of attitude off track have seen the F1 world talking about him for all the wrong reasons lately. That's not enough for him to show those much-touted flashes of promise he showed in his debut season back in 2020. If we're going to start taking this driver seriously, he needs to start putting in some more consistent finishes. Of course, he is to be congratulated on his performance today, but only shines the spotlight on disparity between what we all know he's capable of and what he's actually been delivering. Where has he been all season long? And is this just a case of too little too late? And we've got emails. Casper reset up data. Phil's got access to last season's data. I'll forward you the analysis. Also, I know Devon's been getting a bit more involved than any of us anticipated. I'm sure you understand it's not up to me. I don't think it's an ideal situation for anyone. Great race today. See you in the debrief. Brian Doyle, Butlers. Aiden, you can't get away from those Butlers, eh? Can't believe Devon's back. Presumably he's a full-time prat. I jest. I'm sure Devon's good larks. I've just seen the GP from the Maldives. Dodgy Wi-Fi in this hotel, but I saw enough to see your race. First place, return to form. Nice one, Aiden. Best, Brian. Devon. All right, Aiden. Casper's talking about your interview today. If I were you, I'd avoid him for a while unless you want another round of media training foisted on you. Not bad at it today, by the way. You keep listening to your old pal Devon, and who knows what you might accomplish. Yikes. Never going to end well, is it?
Come on, I just want to chat now.
Why? Because he told you to?
Stop making this about him. Just talk to me.
We raced in a lot of the same races growing up, and one of us would always have a better race than the other. So in the car on the way home, one of us would be happy and the other would be completely miserable. There was no middle ground. It was like it was impossible for us both to be happy at the same time. And it's kind of been the same ever since.
Look, it's my job to talk to the drivers, Callie.
Yeah, and who gave you that job?
Why are you being like this? It's not even me you're angry with.
Maybe it is.
Oh, really? This again? We were kids, Callie.
You left me behind.
Come on, what was I supposed to say? Oh, thanks, Dad, for continuing to invest in my career, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline, just in case I hurt poor Callie's feelings.
Of course not.
And what?
It didn't have to be a choice, Dev. He had the money to fund both of our careers. I wanted you to fight for me. He never listened to me. He always listened to you.
Well, we were young.
Yeah. But we're adults now.
Yeah. Well, if it's any consolation, I'm not much competition anymore.
You never were.
I'm sorry, Callie. For everything. You were always faster than me. There, I said it.
Nice try.
I mean it.
And did you mean it?
Of course not.
Of course not.
Nah.
Faster than me? No. She was never faster than me. She'd love that. Nah. But if there's one thing my old man taught me, it's that sometimes people need to hear what they need to hear. You know?
Of course he didn't mean it, let's be honest. All right, Brazil, chapter 16 a month later. The last few race weekends, Konnersport have managed to demonstrate some much-needed consistency. The paddock now heads to Brazil for the penultimate race of the season. I assume we're going to Abu Dhabi as well. Here we got Mom Evelyn.
Hey, Mum. Cal, I'm reading more and more about these funding issues.
Only an issue if we don't get fifth, apparently. What do you make of it all?
Well, he won't really do it, surely. I mean, it's only been 2 seasons, for goodness sake. And Konnersport certainly isn't the worst team on the grid.
You have a real way with words, Mum.
What's your father have to say for himself?
I have no idea.
You've still not spoken to him?
I'm sure you can relate.
Yes, but I mean, I don't have to work with the man. Look, you don't have to like him, you only have to talk to him.
You sound like Devon.
Oh, maybe Devon has a point.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Mum. I'm going now.
Lots of love. Bye.
Get out of it very quickly there, Callie. Nice work. Well, we got Massa, Senna, and a certain senior. Oh, Sir Lewis Hamilton. Sorry, Sir Hamilton, is it? I thought it was Senior Hamilton, but anyway. And, of course, it goes through the Brazil history. George Russell, obviously, when he won his race last year and upstaged the Red Bulls. Lewis Hamilton, when he won the 2008 and let's just say, annoyed the crowd in front of home favourite Felipe Massa, or like all it says there. Senna, Prost, Hill, Schumacher. Well, Konnersport all over the place. Anonymous source speaks out again. An anonymous Konnersport source agreed to talk to us once more. What's the atmosphere like at Konnersport right now? What can he tell us? I was desperate to find out. Honestly, they're all over the place, the source tells me. Aiden thinks he's too good for the team, and he has thought so far for quite some time. Devon's return has really stirred things up. Callie doesn't like it. Aiden doesn't like it. The only one who does like it is Davidoff. But nobody wants Devon there. Whose idea was it? Davidoff's idea, says the source. They're all terrified of him. They don't do what he wants, he'll withdraw the funding. It's that simple. Doesn't sound like a healthy relationship, let's be honest. That's the way it has been. Ackerman on the anonymous source. After all the ruckus surrounding the anonymous source, we spoke out at Konnersport, we all had the same question. Was it true? So I was delighted when Ackerman agreed to join us again to talk about it. Sources described the atmosphere as toxic, and said it was impossible to do his job because he feared speaking out against Mayer. Ackerman is quick to talk it down. What kind of principal would I be if I stopped people from doing their jobs, he says. The whole team has my full support. The drivers, the engineers, the mechanics, everyone. But in spite of his protestations, people are ready to believe that story because it rings true to them, because Konnersport has struggled with unity this season. I put this to him. We've had our fair share of issues, he admits. We had our share of issues, sorry. Jackson and Mayer, what's next for the Konnersport drivers? But the two Konnersport drivers present quite the conundrum to the F1 world. Wasn't that long ago, Jackson seemed to be unhappy in his current team, suggesting a possible move elsewhere, although has he really impressed enough to turn the heads of another team? It's also unclear how much his recent upturn in form has affected the lay of the land. Things change quickly in the F1 world, and maybe, just maybe, Jackson is finally content at Konnersport. Kelly Mayer, meanwhile, looks set to continue on at the team her father funds. But what happens if Konnersport does go into administration, as some predict? Many teams have already made clear they're happy with their lineups for next season, which could leave both drivers out in the cold. And then the big one, Butler Global to withdraw funding. How are the Konnersport coffers? With just 2 races left to go in the season, those same Konnersport questions are resurfacing once more. It's not a question of performance, as the teams sit comfortably mid-table and will surely end the season there, but rather a question of money. How much has this success cost them? Is this a profitable team? Will Butler Global continue to fund the team following rumours they may withdraw? And if not Butler Global, then who? Andrea Connor's dream of owning a competitive F1 racing team could well come crashing down around him in just a few short weeks. It's all happening. There's Mum, Evelyn, Callie. Still so much talk about your father pulling funding. I'm just so furious about the whole thing. Actually, ignore this. I'm calling you, which obviously she did. Casper. Hey team, you've all seen the press right now about the future Konnersport. I know it can be disheartening to read those stories, but remember, we deal with it by focusing only on our performance. Focusing on our performance. We're here to do our jobs to the absolute best of our abilities. That's it. Whatever happens, happens. Let's have a great Sao Paulo. All right, let's do this, shall we?
Absolutely.
Oh, here we go.
Why are you doing this? I saw him in the paddock. This would have been Sao Paulo. And I finally spoke to him. I just wanted to know why.
Something's come up. I'll call you back. Callie, so I'm allowed to talk to you now.
Why are you doing this?
Doing what?
Why are you being so hard line about this?
For this to be a worthwhile investment, Konnersport Racing must be successful. It's just business.
It's not, though, is it?
Excuse me?
Well, why am I in the team if it's just business? Why was Devon? You can't keep involving your family in this and then hiding behind it's just business.
This is one of the biggest investments I have ever made. I must take care of the business. Who do you think will inherit it after I'm gone?
Well, Devon. Obviously. I'm not interested in any of them.
Matters are complex, Kelly. But they all benefit the business. They all benefit the family. And ultimately, they all benefit you.
You said this the last time you tried to stop me racing. I didn't buy it at 12, and I certainly don't buy it now. I don't understand what goes on in that head of yours. You threatened to end my F1 career, and then you claim it's for my benefit.
Have you any idea how much money I have plowed into the team?
Yeah, that's the thing with you. Money. Nothing changes.
I wouldn't expect you to understand.
No, Dad. I wouldn't expect you to.
You need to be more realistic, that's all. Not everyone survives in F1. You know that.
5th in the standings.
5th.
5th.
Feisty stuff there. From father and, said daughter as well. Okay, what do we got? Mid-race. Late safety cars provided Callie May with an opportunity to turn around her fortunes at Interlagos. Oh, actually going to safety car restart. 6 laps to go.
Safety car's in this lap. Repeat, the safety car is in this lap. That means it's our chance to shine. Come on, you can do this. Let's go.
Screw a top 5.
No pressure then.
Okay, clear.
Not really a move on Carlos' side, but anyway. Top 5 finish in the top 3 and get the fastest lap. That one I'm not sure about, but we'll try. And more like fastest lap.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
Good Sergeant, that's a bit too much there. Aiden, do not hit Aiden, for goodness sake. Inside, Aiden, done.
That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
AlphaTauri leading. Nick De Vries is leading again. Oh, sorry, leading I should say, but in a weird odd position for him. Sitting almost at the podium at Monza. Back. Inside of Checo, there we go, that's 4th. In the next lap.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Get any more closer to Pierre Gasly. sneaky on Fernando. And there we go, Nick the Breeze done. Oh, it's unmysterious fuck. With the preset set up, I think, so...
Fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
4-5 now. Go away.
Okay, that's lasting 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
Had enough fuel mark, so that was pointless. Bring it home. One more lap.
Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Well, we got our top 3 position, or top 5, whatever way you want to put it. And fastest lap. 11 seconds with Captain now. There's another win. Go away, I don't want...
Well, what a fantastic race that was. Absolutely loved it. But Natalie, do you think we see Konnersport next season? Rumours say maybe not.
I hope so. I feel like they deserve it. They've been box office for me. They've taken chances, they've been bold in all their moves, and ultimately, that's great for us and for the fans.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more, but there's not much of the season left. They'll be hoping they can carry this form into the final stages. Time will tell. A show-stopping performance from the 3 drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
Wow, Callie, a really strong performance out there today. Just tell me, though, how big a role did the safety car play?
What was it? Every race has the opportunities. The safety car here was just one. I was able to take advantage of it, and it worked out well. I would have done fine without it.
Yeah, I mean, I really fancied my chances after the safety car. Obviously, it's going to really disrupt the race, but I was able to take advantage of it today. I saw an opportunity and I went for it, and it worked out well.
Callie, your first F1 season is nearing an end. It must feel like a long road, but clearly you've put a lot into it. And is there anyone else that's been particularly influential this season?
Yeah, all of them, including her old man, which would get more performance level 8. I doubt it, but for Davidoff. But Devon, Aiden, again, I'd probably say Casper.
I've got Casper to thank for so much of this. He was there for me in F2 last season, and he was the one who fought so hard for my seat at Konnersport, and without him, I may not even be here, so cheers to Casper.
And tell me, I'm not sure I could do it, but how has it been working so very closely with your family?
They're just people I work with to do my job. I keep it professional. It's been a challenge. Family is never straightforward. It's been okay. We know when to give each other space. Go all the fucking way, will ya? This one?
I treat those relationships as purely professional. Outside of races, that's another matter, but at race weekend, these are people I have to work with to do my job. They may also happen to be family, but that's not something I pay much attention to.
There are rumours circulating that Konnersport may not be around next season. Can you comment?
Possibly. Depends how we close out the season. That's a question for our investors. No comment.
That sounds like a question for our investors. I'm sure we'd all appreciate a public statement on the matter.
Thank you so much for your time.
Again, whether that was the right answer or not, who knows. 1 week later, Abu Dhabi. With Konnersport's future on the line, team principal Casper Ackerman assembles his team one last time before what might be their final race in Formula 1.
Okay, so we are running 2 quite different setups out there today. And you don't need me to tell you how it... You don't need me to tell you how it... Davidoff, that's enough.
I'm sorry?
Get out.
What on earth are you talking about?
I've had an entire season of you whispering in people's ears. I'm asking you to leave the meeting.
You can't be serious.
This is not your team. And after today, it might not even exist. So get out and let those of us who actually care about the result do our jobs.
Talk about this later, Ackerman.
You can threaten me after the race.
So be it. Coming, Devon?
Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually stay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stay.
Well, that's up to you.
Okay, listen. You all know what's at stake. If we race as individuals today, the team dies. The only way we can survive this, the only way that any of us are coming back next season, is together. We all understand this? No. Aiden, Callie, look at me. You look at me. We understand this, yes? If you put yourself ahead of the team today, there's no more team.
Callie, we got this.
Yeah.
And, I'm sorry if I was ever...
Wow.
What?
Are you apologizing?
Yeah.
I will forgive you on one condition.
What's that?
You get your share of the points.
All right. Deal.
Chin up.
They're starting to make waves with each other by the looks of it. Get to the socials before... Oh, I thought it was going to be Davidoff for a second.
Hey, did you find him?
I didn't look too hard, to be honest. Does Davidoff ever sulk?
Hard to imagine. Listen, I hope I haven't caused you problems. I snapped it. It was unprofessional.
Ooh, not at all, Casper. It was a delight to watch.
You think it'll affect his decision?
I've given up speculating, Cass. At this stage, nothing would surprise me.
Yeah, well, we better get that result then.
I guess we better add. And good luck today, Casper. Whatever happens, I'm so grateful for all you've done.
Look, it's been my pleasure. Konnersport deserves to succeed.
If the fates are kind, Casper. If the fates are kind. I'm trackside. I'll see you there.
Yeah, cool. I'll be a few minutes.
And every race should be a nice race. Oh, gosh. Shot in the dark. Back in my day, you may do with what you had. No floodlights, no fancy clothes, no cushy sponsorship deals, proper racing. The sun was setting tough. You had to deal with it. Eat more carrots. Today's crop of pampered megastars could learn from this experience, namely by racing every circuit at night. The oppressive darkness, maybe a random failing floodlight. Current Formula 1 is too easy and such dramatic settings would spice it up. Think you know Monza, Silverstone, think again. I think you know Monza, Silverstone, think again. For example, when I was racing in junior categories, that was off anyway. And brief history of Abu Dhabi as a season ender to 2009, obviously when it's made its debut. It's waited another 4 years to oh yeah, that's right, 4 years for resume finale duties. Proved tricky to remove Brazil from its popular season ender spot. So 2014's position in the calendar is permanent after a long-term deal remains so until 2030 at the earliest. He's was short-lived in F1. Gone too soon. Rampant speculation that Konnersport's second season F1 might be its last. Formula 1 fans of a certain age may be reminded of a distant land gone by the 1990s. Back in the 90s, there was an influx of teams that tried and mostly failed to make their mark on a competitive racing landscape, among them such massive names. The names constitute a long list. Life, Andrea Moda, Pacific, Simtech, Forti and Lola. Perhaps the biggest of those names that failed to establish themselves is Lamborghini, who tried their hand at being a full constructor under the name Medina, not just an engine supplier, which they were at the time. Their dark blue cars were striking, but never really challenged the established runners and riders, and they disbanded after just 1 year and departed the sport as an engine supplier in 1994. Konnersport will hope they avoid sharing the destiny of these ill-fated teams. There's a few in the 2000s as well, couldn't it? Anyway. Anyway, can Konnersport survive? And if it can, what remains of it? Rumours that the team need to finish 5th or higher in the constructors to secure funding for next season. Those rumours have been repeated by more than one source inside the camp. This speaks to a team becoming more and more disillusioned with its own future as the end of the season draws near. It's a tall order, and it could spell the end for Konnersport. But even if they were to secure 5th place, is the team itself fractured beyond repair? Think of all the articles in the press, all the social media attention that's been focused on the various rifts within Konnersport. Oh, God, I thought it was Devon for a second, but no, it's somebody else. All right. Last couple of emails. Zoe, hey, Cass, just got off the phone to Callie. Don't think we need to worry too much about checking on her anymore. She seems far less preoccupied with her father, didn't mention Devon once, and didn't care at all about the press. I think we can all do now, all we can do now is put our faith in her. Let Callie be Callie. Good luck today, whatever happens. You couldn't be have given that team any more than you have. Looking forward to having you home. Lily says hi. Love you. Oh, Zoe. Phil, nice one, Casper. Casper, just to confirm, we're taking a slightly higher angle of attack today as agreed. Callie and Aiden are both happy. Also wanted to let you know that the whole team's grateful for your support this season. We know you've had a lot to deal with, and we know it hasn't been easy for any of us, but whatever happens, you've done us all proud. Cheers, Phil. Team principals, Linda. I've just had Davidoff in the office, and he's requested we draw up a short list of candidates for team principal at Konnersport. And I asked if it was confidential, and he said, we're all friends here, so I guess it's fine to let you know. Must be regarding something I'm not privy to. Hope everything's okay. Good luck today. Okay. It'll be interesting. All right, let's get to the race. And we joined a mid-race. Thank God. We don't have to do another 25% race. With the race underway, both Konnersport teammates both Konnersport teammates lock in as they look to secure the points they need to guarantee the team's future in the Sport Pass 2023 season. Have a quick drink. Just about right because I'm near empty.
You know, before a race begins, anything is possible. Anything. On the one hand, you have the true icons of the sport, certain drivers, certain teams who set the pace, who you expect to do well. On the other hand, you have the underdogs. And we are always there, always pushing for another place, another point. Looking for the smallest opportunity, the tiniest mistake we can punish. And in that moment, just before lights out, it's like the world holds its breath. You know? Everybody just waits. The air is heavy, you know? And I knew whatever happened, Konnersport had made its mark on the history of the sport. And I was at peace with that.
So you weren't nervous?
Are you kidding?
So we know how it stands right now. But just how different might it be when the checkered flag waves here in Abu Dhabi? And it's lights out, and away we go.
Okay, Aiden, let's see if we can start moving through the field. It's time to push. Come on, you've got this. Copy that.
Overtake Gazza for lap 9. Where is it? P9. And we're P13. He's behind. Behind Nick DeVries. Actually going to survive. I think this is all done before the Nick DeVries drama with AlphaTauri and Danny Ricciardo getting back into Formula 1.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Right. 5 laps. Right. Nope. battery. Last scroll, PRS. Down. Send and a half on Valtteri Bottas, but we got it. Lap traffic already. Logan Sargent 22nd. Again, flag markers are showing purple flags, not bloody blue flags. Get out of the way, Logan. Lap.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Maybe a cutscene. Not sure you'll let get past Pierre Gasly, I guess. Either that or Aiden's going to get crushed out by somebody or crashed out himself. Here we go.
Down the main straight we go. Here goes Jackson again, moving up the field. What a great race for him.
Yeah, it really is so far, Croft. I mean, it's a circuit he really enjoys. Remember the race in 2021 that he put together there? It was fantastic stuff back then.
Who could forget it? Konnersport need a performance just like that today. Mayer's doing okay. Jackson really delivering.
Great stuff, Aiden. Come on, I think we can get one more place here. Push, push. Something's not right. Assessing. Stand by. I'm losing speed.
Heading down the back straight now. He's in a great spot, but hang on, he's slowing. He's slowing. Something is very, very wrong.
Yeah, I think he's got a problem here, Crofty. I wonder what it is. Could it be engine related?
Look, they're throwing their hands in the air on the pit wall, and he's out.
And yeah, that's the engine gone.
2023 is over for Aiden Jackson. It's a dramatic exit, and it wasn't what he was hoping for.
Something happened up there?
Yeah, engine failure, I'm afraid. Aiden is out of this race. Repeat, Aiden's out of the race. Did you get that?
Aiden's out. I heard.
What? Let me speak to him.
Why?
Just give me the headset.
Sure about this?
I'm sure about everything.
Here we go.
That's what concerns me.
Kelly.
Devon?
Yeah, we've had a chat. We think it's best if you don't push the car too hard.
Why?
Look, you're way back, Cal, okay? We don't want to blow your engine too, so just cruise it in and finish the race.
Got to be realistic here. Copy.
Sorry, is this a team order?
No, Casper agrees. It's just not going to make up that much ground. It can't be done. Just cruise it in, Cal. Trust me, you watch her go.
Get a bit more motivation. And this is where we take our over from it. Finish fourth or higher.
Oh, screw that. I'm going for it.
Kelly, is everything all right?
Fine. I'll see you all at the finish line.
Fourth or above. The target. Stop the brake locking.
Great manoeuvre. You made it look so easy.
Get DRS for Checo. Damn. Seven odd seconds for Carlos Sainz for fourth. Should get it. Cars obviously with Aiden being out of the race. Very slow, Lewis. What's going on here? That's one. Double overtake.
the gap to the car ahead, 4.3 seconds. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1:26.8. We don't currently have the data for that request. We're leading the car behind by 1.5 seconds.
Just narrowly missed out on Esteban Ocon's DRS this time around, but we'll get it on the next straight. Stop locking up.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.0 seconds.
Right, man, we need to pass Carlos Sainz next. Definitely not off the cards here.
Keep managing your tyres, manage your tyres.
There's the Red Bull of Max in front. Race leader. Fernando and Charles Leclerc in front as well. This is the man we need to get past first. Just got DRS from Fernando as well. P4. Somehow keep us both on the racetrack. Yep, definitely win on the cards here. Charles Leclerc next. And then Max, the big gun, P1. Probably we're going to win the race anyway, so we'll just give it a AI level difficulty. Size him up.
Brilliant, nice move, keep going.
Down. Gun. Big fish next. Max Verstappen.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Straight. The ball's pretty quick in the straight line. There we go, race lead. Brakes. Got him out of DRS range, so that's a start. Right, 2.5 laps to go. exhaust section. Should get us fifth in the constructors, I would think. Been a pleasure driving for the Konnersport team.
And to the checker flag for one final time. That is some race from Callie Mayer.
What an incredible performance
So
by
it's
her
bump
today.
for Devon and
Konnersport
Aiden.
sure will be very delighted with that one.
And if you believe the rumours, Anne, this is a team whose future has been in doubt. Surely, though, they've done enough to return next season. I think they've been wonderful to watch.
Elation. With Aiden having to retire due to engine problems, Callie puts the team on her back and manages to drag the Konnersport kicking and screaming across the line in a miraculous finish that secures 5th place in the constructors' standings for the team. And all the social media be going nuts is... Oh, Devon.
Hey, Devon.
Not bad today, sis. Not bad at all.
You did that on purpose.
Did what on purpose?
Oh, come on, Dev. Cruise it in.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Technically, you went against the team order. It's poor form, that.
I can't believe I missed it at the time. It seems so obvious now.
Listen, you want to lay off the sauce, Cal. Seriously, it's a bit embarrassing. I mean...
I'm surprised Casper let you, to be honest. Really surprised.
Okay, I'm going now, because you're not making any sense. Okay? Ciao!
Yeah. Ciao.
Brotherly, sisterly love, isn't it? Oh, here we go. The big felt boss.
Dad.
California.
That good enough for you?
Look, I thought maybe we could grab a coffee tomorrow before we head off. My flight's not till 3.
Yeah,
Have a chat about next season. It'd be good for us. Well, think about it anyway. The offer stands.
You make it sound like a negotiation.
It always is with us, Callie. You let me know.
Any more phone calls, or can we finish this off? Okay, look back at the season. 2023's biggest stories. Enjoy their well-deserved victory. Further down the final standings, who would have thought that one of the biggest stories would be found outside the top 3 in the form of Andrea Connor's Konnersport Butler Global Racing Team? And now here we are. As the 23 season begins its slow fade into the F1 history books, with Konnersport having lost one driver, gained another, and somehow overcome the odds to finish 5th and in just its 2nd season on the grid. You can't help but feel that Konnersport's biggest enemy this season wasn't a rival team, but rather the struggles it faced internally, struggles that may yet continue. We've got Callie take a bow. Mayer's astonishing performance in Abu Dhabi. Konnersport must have known it would be a tall order, all the more so with only one driver. But the performance that followed from Mayer has set the whole F1 world ablaze. Regardless of all the drama at the top of the table, all anyone seems to be talking about is Callie Mayer. Whatever you think of the rookie, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more extraordinary solo performance this season. Fans of F2 have drawn inevitable comparisons to Mayer's sprint race in the Netherlands last season. Race well worth looking up for anyone who's not already familiar with it. Mayer is no stranger to Abu Dhabi, having secured this F2 championship here this time last year. Alrighty, let's get through these. Phil, let's go Konnersport. Drinks in the garage at 6 p.m. Be there or else. Casper, well done. I'll talk to you all later. But for now, let me just say a quick congratulations to the entire team. I couldn't be happier, and Andrea is overjoyed. I know how hard you've all worked this season. I know how much we've asked of you, and I know it hasn't been easy. It's not often in the sport you get the chance to stop and appreciate what you've accomplished, but this is one of those occasions. Enjoy it. You earned this. You deserve it. Casper and his mum. Callie, I've been calling and I can't get through on your phone, darling. I'm so excited. I just wanted to talk to you about it. What a race. Call me. Alrighty. I think we're nearly done. Let's see what this goes. It must be just the post-credits, is it?
It was amazing. I'm not sure I've ever seen a race like that. I was wrong about Callie.
And how did you feel about the engine failure?
There's no such thing as the perfect car. The one that failed us was the same one that got us here in the first place. So, you've just got to drive the car you're in.
Well, everyone's an individual, which means that everyone is,
motivated a little differently. Take Devon as an example. He always responds well to having his ego brushed, to being told that he's the best. His greatest fear is failure, so it gives him further to fall, keeps him hungry. Callie, on the other hand, has an innate drive to prove people wrong. If someone tells her something's not possible, she'll do everything in her power to achieve it. A sort of stubborn determination that can be harnessed. And then there's Aiden. I mean, when he started in F1, people thought he was a nice guy, but he was incredibly ambitious. It's just what makes Aiden tick. Which is why I may have started a rumour or two about interest from other teams during his time at Konnersport.
Shock.
To stoke that ambition. Keep his eyes on the horizon.
A lot of people might see that as manipulative, wouldn't you agree?
Well, of course. Motivation is manipulation. It's the same thing.
Is it?
Look, the end justifies the means. After all, it's just business.
Looking forward to next season?
Just let me at it.
Will you stay next season?
I've told Casper I'll stay if he does.
Do you still have a job after your run-in with Davidoff?
Well, we'll see.
We did it! We secured the funding! What a team!
And that's all that matters.
Right now, yes, that's all that matters.
Okay, so, we done? Yeah? Cool.
It's literally a way of a mic drop. Isn't it, for Devon? Nothing has ever changed. Let's be honest, but... well, now what? We just go through all the credits by the look of it. Do we have to look through that? I don't think we have to. Unless you really want to, but you don't necessarily have to. But, well, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done Breaking Point. Took us 3 attempts this time around. And we got all the accolades to go with it. What have we got? The Techno Wave livery. Good-o. But it'll come in handy for anything. What about this one? Smolder livery. Again, probably don't come in handy unless really necessary. And then the trophy. Completionists. We already got a trophy like midway through. Oh, sorry, except I should say. Midway through the thing there anyway. So, yeah, that's all right. But there we go. That is done and dusted. So, yeah, an interesting storyline, to say the least. What I'm not obviously a big fan of was the AI difficulty. It's same old, same old. Let's be honest. It's the same as what it was in the first Breaking Point in 2021. It hasn't changed. Let's be honest. I wanted more harder racing. I expect every content creator probably say the exact same thing, but you want harder racing like that. I get the AI at times were a bit close to call at the best of times, but you want a bit more fight than what they were. That AI level, I think, was either very easy or easy. It wasn't like what my level of AI level that I race against is. So, yeah. At the end of the day, you can't fix that sort of thing, but maybe just for something for the next time if they do another Breaking Point one in the future. But, yeah, anyway, we're done and dusted. So, yeah, that's all we need to be said, really. So, I'm probably going to end the stream now because, what is it, nearly 20 to 3 now. So, and I need to get some food into me. But, yeah, I hope the stream went very well. I'll have a look back at it to see if there was any issues along the way. But, yeah, hopefully this will be returning of the streaming a bit more often on the, probably just the majority on the Twitch channel. I don't know whether I'll do live streaming on the YouTube channel, but the Twitch channel will probably be the main source of stuff anyway. So, but if you are interested, there's some links down on my profile page. If you want to go check out my profile, links are down there to my YouTube and YouTube Clips channels, as well as my social media stuff that's down. They'll be down there as well. you want to go check them out. But other than that, if you're watching on the YouTube, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can go follow me on my social channels. The links will be down in the description as well as the links to my Twitch and Kick channels. If you want to go check them out, again, like I said, I'll probably get back into Twitch streaming if the internet that I'm on, well, again, I'm running 2 different internets, one for my gaming, one for the other personal stuff, so there's something different. I think it's worked so far, but yeah, hopefully we can keep this going a little bit more and expand into different games as well, because, I mean, let's be honest, it's just been motorsport games, whether it's F1 or Gran Turismo. It's been the norm for the past, so yeah, hopefully we can expand a bit more into racing stuff as well. As while you're at it, try and get that Lando Norris Pro Challenge thing done and dusted, because you get the helmet that he ran, I think, for the majority of the season, or during the Google Chrome kind of time, and the Google Chrome livery. Plus, there's also a scenario there where you can get the Triple Crown livery. You can probably see that down the bottom there. See, I might just bring it up there. See, you have to do like a lap and time trial, the Google Chrome livery, as well as the helmet he ran. Using the race, sorry. And then they obviously got the Triple Crown livery, which you have to do that in the scenario mode. But yeah, onwards and upwards anyway. So, but yeah, hey, thanks everyone for tuning in. Please do let me know as well whether I can improve streams or whatnot. But what I have is what I have, so you just have to bear with me on that one. So, yeah, hopefully we can bring a bit more like F1 league racing and Gran Turismo stuff back, and a bit more different games as well. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I haven't played a lot of games for like a fair while, like Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto for a fair while. So I'd like to spread myself out a bit more if and when I get the time, obviously. But like I said, we'll leave it there. If you want to go give the Twitch channel a follow, you're more than welcome to. You can go check out my social channels. And for the ones on the YouTube, smash the like, subscribe, and go check out the links for my socials and obviously the Twitch channel if you want to go check it out, and go subscribe to my YouTube channel and the Clips channel as well, so, and whatnot. But yeah, we'll leave it here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Again, really do appreciate the support as always, and yeah, I suppose we'll catch you next time for next recording. But yeah, till then, it's goodbye.
Tell me your mind, what you trying to say tonight? My mind. Do you like we just got rid of gravity? Like my philosophy. So free. You are the one to hold me, make me lose my mind right now. You are the one, I knew it from the start. Seduce me, hug me, touch me, take me to the stars. Okay, burns me like fire, my multiplier, future desire. Oh, you're my future desire. My future desire. You're my future desire. Tú me tientas y hago lo que sea. Si es de noche la luna destella, en tus ojos sé lo que deseas. Siempre es algo más. Paso a paso estamos evitando. En el cosmos nada está sonando. Solo siento como tú palpitas cuando estás aquí. You are the one to hold me, make me lose my mind right now. You are the one, I knew it from the start. Seduce me, hug me, touch me, take me to the stars. Okay, burns me like fire, my multiplier, future desire. Oh, you're my future desire.